How to deal with anxiety. I don't even think I can pass the examination. How am I going to pay the loan? Is it even possible to overcome the work stress? How am I going to face the big crowd for my upcoming presentation? My health condition has worsened in the past few days. I don't even think I can survive it. Are these the thoughts that run through your mind that build up anxiety in you that you begin to tremble and shake? Of course, who doesn't experience anxiety? Anxiety is a common natural reaction to life events, and everyone has different events that trigger anxiety in them. Whether it started from childhood or you grew up being an anxious adult, this isn't something you have to keep living with. But how do you deal with it? How to eliminate it? Well, let's find out. Welcome to Thrive in Authority, and in today's video, we'll be covering some proven tips that'll help you deal with day-to-day anxiety and prevent it from interfering with your daily activities. Are you ready, eager to know these tips? Why not hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and let's get started. Tip number 1. Take a deep breath. Most people aren't aware of how they breathe. Breathing is a prerequisite to life, and it is involuntary. Different breathing techniques can be used to combat anxiety or panic attacks. When you feel anxious, the idea of taking a deep breath helps relieve the body of stress and calm the situation. This is because deep breathing helps increase the flow of oxygen to the brain, which is responsible for stimulating parasympathetic nerves and in turn increase body calmness. Psychological studies done in 2015 have proved breathing practices as an effective method for the reduction of anxiety and stress. And up till now, breathing practices are generally used in the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder and other mental conditions. So, anytime you experience anxiety, try focused deep breathing in and out for 4 counts for up to 5 minutes. By practicing deep breathing, you get to increase the release of endorphins, the feel-good chemical, relieve the body of pain, reduce blood pressure, and also helps in digestion. Tip number 2. Limit drinking of alcohol and caffeine. This leads us to question how alcohol and caffeine affect anxiety. Remember, caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant that gives a jittery effect to the brain. Well, alcohol is of no difference. It changes the level of neurotransmitters in the brain like serotonin. Both alcohol and caffeine worsen anxiety when they are not moderately taken. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, it was discovered that about 7% of Americans sufferers from alcohol-induced anxiety, and its symptoms can last for several hours or even up to a whole day. Similarly, overconsumption of caffeine in the body triggers the release of adrenaline, and when the effects get strong, it leads to caffeine-induced anxiety. Also, research shows that addicted heavy drinkers are susceptible to anxiety disorder. So, cutting back caffeine and alcohol or moderate consumption is the best way to reduce anxiety and panic attacks. Tip number 3. Listen to free calming music and audio guides. Music helps relax the body of stress when things get worked up at school, work, or in your personal life. There are a series of audio guides and music that can help cope with life difficulties and also take control of anxiety. But what's the science behind this? According to a study done by Dr. Davis Lewis of MindLab International, discovered that music helps in reducing stress and anxiety up to 65%. The study shows that most tracks induced a feeling of calm in the listeners and also reduced the heart rates. The study volunteers were played different songs by the doctor. Surprisingly, a song helped lower the volunteer anxiety level by up 65%. The simple trick behind this is that music serves as a distraction to psychological responses like anxiety. This means if you listen to calming music and audio podcast, you feel more optimistic, your body and mind become relaxed, you experience improved working performance, elevated mood, and you tend to be more productive. Tip number 4. Go on a cognitive behavioral therapy. It is very important that when talking about ways to deal with anxiety, we make mention the most effective method of challenging our anxiety. Do you have the desire of taking control over your anxiety, fears, and negative thoughts that aren't even real? There's a chance you have adopted one of these tips, but have you ever treated your anxiety disorder with therapy? The cognitive behavioral disorder is a psychotherapeutic treatment of anxiety disorders that address all forms of negative patterns in thoughts, panic disorder, obsessive thoughts. Research has shown CBT to be the most effective treatment for generalized anxiety disorders, depressions, and other conditions. The concept of this therapy helps you learn how to relax, helps develop an improved way of challenging problems, and how to react to a situation that causes anxiety. Tip number 5. Exercise daily. When we feel anxious or depressed, the last thing that comes to our mind, the last thing that comes across our mind is exercise. Well, I want to tell you that activities like walking, running, swimming, and other natural exercises play a major role in reducing anxiety. Exercise is one of the best natural anti-anxiety treatments that show both psychological and physical benefits in improving mood and reducing anxiety. Studies also show that patients who involve themselves in physical exercises regularly reported about 20% in anxiety reduction compared to those who didn't. Most people find this hard to do, but when we are experiencing stressful situations, physical activities can make a big difference. This is because the brain can focus on two things simultaneously, making it easy to take your mind off those things that trigger anxiety. Tip number 6. Get enough sleep. According to the new study done by researchers, sleep deprivation can cause anxiety to rise to 30% over a sleepless night. It is of importance to know the connection between sleep and anxiety, and how they affect physical and emotional wellness. Since both have a causal relation to the brain, insufficient sleep can worsen anxiety. Irrespective of the anxiety disorder, sleep is considered a natural anxiety reliever. Deep sleep helps the body to completely shut down and repair themselves of all cellular activities, and also helps restore the brain's ability to regulate emotions, reducing physiological activities, and preventing anxiety from shooting up. So, if you detect symptoms of anxiety, it is advisable to get enough sleep. Tip number 7. Take anxiety medications. Sometimes, we need a different perspective to deal with anxiety in which medication is inclusive. Statistics have revealed that 1 out of 6 Americans is on anxiety medications. There is a variety of medications that can help alleviate symptoms of general anxiety disorders like benzodiazepines and SSRO antidepressants. Medications are not exactly a cure, but when you're overwhelmed with panic or anxiety or you're having a sleepless night, medication may help. It is important to use a doctor's or specialist's description to reduce the side effects. So, are you already thinking of something you can start to deal with your anxiety? Well, then congratulations! We are glad our video has helped you. So why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out anymore on every of our life helping tips.